So this is Euro Pound analysis for Monday the 9th of October. And let's go out to the higher time frames just to get some perspective. Let's get the scale on there correct. So what can we see? If you're looking at the monthly time frame, we do appear to be in an uptrend, and let's just get the trend. Let's just get that on there. So let's imagine we start here, and we're eager to do that. Ultimately, let's just gonna just draw that onto the charts. Let's bring it over a little bit. There we go. Okay, so I'll just draw that on the charts. It's one of the best. But yeah, as you can see on the charts, if we use this trend line that I've just put on the charts, you can see the prices do appear to be in a uptrend. Now we did come up to the 92 level, in around the 92.93 level, and did sell off quite heavily on this candle here for September. Now, currently in October, we are retracing, well, based on just the first week of October, we've retraced quite a bit of the previous month's candle. So it wouldn't be unreasonable to expect a further continuation up to the next possible level of resistance being at 90.24. But I'm going to have to go down to the lower time frames just to have a better analysis of it. So we've come up to an area where we've had resistance previously. Did have a bit of a sell-off, but I suppose it's not too much of a surprise that levels that there might be resistance. We might see an initial sell-off before a continuation to the upside and a break of that level. Now, overall, we are trading above the month's open, so we are in bullish territory. The overall trend is bullish, and let's just have a look. So I'm down to the weekly chart, and what can we see from here? Now we did have this we had a period of consolidation here in and around, I suppose that's all the way back in January. So let's have a look where we are. So we did have I did mention this based on the previous pair of analyzed, the pound USD. So when you do tend to have like say 2 or 3 or possibly more days of sell-off, when we do get a large candle to the downside or to the upside if it's in an uptrend, you usually see a counter move. And what I mean by this is the large selling is usually like a blow off, and it's a case of all the bulls and the bears giving it one last go before they capitulate, and we see some retracement or a reversal. So we had this big bearish candle here on a weekly time frame, and as you can see, pretty much every candle after that has been bullish and to the upside. So one last move by the bears before the capitulation. Now they may come back into the market, but I'm just going to trade the market based on what I can see. So overall, I did mark this line as a monthly, and I suppose we're still respecting it. And let's see, where is my most important pivot? My most important pivot is going to be 89.45 this week. So 89.45. Let's go down to the daily chart. Let's see if there's anything of note on the daily chart. That's a kind of price action I like to see. Now, with reversals or possible reversals or heavy retracements, what I like to see is strong candles counter to the trend. So this trend was to the downside. Strong candles counter to the trend and there to be a series of them. So, like for example, this bullish candle here was counter to the trend, but you know, when that initially was posted, you couldn't read much into it because we've had 2 postings over here, and subsequently sold off a bit. We've had 1 posting sold off. So you want to see a series. So what did we have? Well, we had this bullish candle here, followed by another bullish candle, followed by another bullish candle. Now, the fact that the bears didn't come back in suggests that you know, they've pretty much gone on a holiday. So they've left the market to the bulls, and the bulls have come back in, and with a great amount of strength. So as you can see, we are gaining here in the market. We're gaining some of the position lost, and yeah, we are going to the upside. That's the kind of price action I like to see. So let's go down to the execution time frame, because that was a daily, and let's just put our most important pivot on, and it is at 89.45, so it should be below that candle there. Let's just make sure it's all correct. 89.45. Wow, fantastic. So what have we seen so far? Well, let's just have a look what happened last week. So past couple of weeks really. So we've had prices come all the way down and retested that 87.83, briefly broke beneath it, and but could not continue down to the 86.63. That was my ultimate medium-term downside target. Now, we did come back up, hold the 200-period moving average, and I've continued to trend upwards on the euro against the pound. So we are respecting even the 20-period moving average. Now, what's happened? Price has gapped down to this, well, today. Well, the market's open yesterday on Sunday, but let's just talk about it for today. Now, we've seen prices gap down, and the very next candle has been a bullish candle, closing near its highs, pretty much filling the gap that was opened. And what we could see here, though, actually, what's happened the past couple of weeks is we've gapped down, prices have come back up, filled the gap, and then rolled over to the downside. But there is quite a bit of a chaos in the UK at the moment in regards to Brexit negotiations, and a bit of disarray in Theresa May's party. So we may not see a bit of pound strength for a little while. We also had some weak data last week. So as long as we stay above 89.45, you'd say we're in bullish territory. Where would our upside targets be for a bullish trade? Well, 90.24 being the next obvious level. If we do break above it and hold and retest that level, ultimately we could go up to 91.42. I don't expect us to get beyond 91.42 tomorrow, because I'll be doing an analysis for Tuesday as well. So I do not expect to go beyond 91.42, because the ATR on the euro pound is not very high. Now, if we do break down from this level, I don't expect it to happen, but if we do break down from this level, where would I be targeting? Well, I suppose ultimately 88.50 again. But it is quite a bit away, and it would take quite some time, barring an unforeseen event and high impact event. So yeah, those are my views on the euro pound. Overall, I am bullish. That is in line with the long-term trend, and our weekly pivot being at 89.45, we are trading above it. So again, further adding to the long bias, and you could see by this chart in the how it has respected the 20 and 50 period moving average that the market is somewhat bullish, the euro against the pound. So before I go, LCS, like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.